Hi, my name's Phil. I'm based in the UK. I do lots of patient and public involvement work around clinical trials and service delivery. I live with a stroke. I've lived with stroke since the age of 17. For me, it was a positive experience because I'm taking a medication that's maintaining my life and helping me to live as best a life as I can. So I'm very positive about clinical trials participation. I've done a few clinical trials, but one in particular was the introduction of anticoagulants, which are kind of a medication for breaking down blood clots. I was asked if I'd be happy to take part in a trial for these anticoagulants, which I did, and they keep me alive. So I'm happy to carry on and continue with that trial. There's no central point where people can find information about trials or have access to trials or what you need to do or have the knowledge, and sometimes it's a bit scary because you think it's just clinical science, but it's not. It's just being you and being part of a team of collaborative people looking at how we might have a remedy for something that's having a big impact on your life. So, yeah, there's all kinds of barriers for accessing to clinical trials. I think the wider community isn't aware of clinical trials in some population groups. I think there are population groups that would benefit greatly from participating in clinical trials, but they're not accessed or communicated to by the scientists or the clinical people. And I think it's that collaboration that needs bringing together and meeting together to improve that. Yeah, this new clinical trials platform for JHH, patients have been involved in developing that. So it's not just an IT guy or girl that's put this platform together and said this will work well. It's actually had some positive input and talk from patients and carers about what's important about knowing about clinical trials. So the platform gives you direct access to whatever clinical trials are available through access to major databases that record where these trials are taking place. And it gives you an opportunity to look at these trials, assess whether it might be appropriate for you to participate, what the criteria is for actually joining the clinical trial. So you're not wasting your time filling out forms and all the rest of it and backwards and forwards. You can just do it directly. So Phil would put in stroke, and this stroke would tell me exactly where all the clinical trials are. And I'd be able to select from those any appropriate ones that I might want to participate in. So yeah, I think it's great. And I think it's just the start of something that we can grow. Some things are often very complicated for Joe Blogs on the street to actually look at and go through. So I particularly liked simplifying the flow of information so that if I'm looking for a specific condition, it takes me straight there. It doesn't take me here, there and everywhere, press this, press that, So pop in the word, let's find the condition, let's find the clinical trial, and that works brilliant.